Hey everyone, this is the weekly 536 show. 5 is all about change and freedom. 3 is all about communication and creativity. 6 is all about health and education, and that's what this show is all about. So on this evening version of the show, at the end of the day, I have a few things that I have been working on to share with you all for this episode. So like I say, the 536 show, this will be, I'll be giving some things for the week. We are in the week of we'll just say the 30th, the last full week of March. Happy Women's History Month to all the women that are watching this, and we're going to talk about a few things, but we're not going to do that first. So the first thing, I always like to start the show off with some gratitude. So here's one of the gratitudes. It's good to talk about your gratitude, but it's also good to talk about why. So today I went to we have a Fit to Win clinic, and in the Fit to Win clinic they have a bod pod, so you can get your exact weight, body fat, all that kind of good stuff. They also have a nutritionist. They have someone that does gait analysis to see how your feet are moving. They have someone that does what is called a fitness prescription. And so a few months ago, I went to get a gait analysis, and I was running, I was on the treadmill, but before we actually got on the treadmill, the gait analysis person, he had me do like some squats, some lunges and things like that. He said, "Do you always make that sound?" As in my knees. Are my knees always making that sound? And I'm like, yes, they do always make that sound. And he said, "Are you ever in pain?" I'm like, I'm in pain quite a bit of the time. I thought it was normal. So he said, "It's not normal. You need to talk to your doctor." So I talked to my doctor, had some x-rays, found out I have osteoarthritis in my knees. And so then it was, okay, now I'm getting a fitness plan to work through what's going on in my knees. And that's what happened today. So today I had my fitness prescription, and it was all about rehabbing my body. And y'all know I'm into mind, body, soul, all that kind of good stuff. But rehabbing my body so that I can get stronger. And he was saying that when you're concerned, or if there's a weak knee problem, then you need to strengthen all the muscles around the knee. And so that's part of the workout prescription. So that's one area of gratitude. So I'm thankful that I have a plan to get stronger so that I can keep moving, so that I can keep having vitality. I'm thankful for all of that. And I mentioned that earlier. I'm thankful for that. I am thankful that I was able to cook dinner for my family. Like I said, that's something that I kind of set as a goal at the beginning of the year, that I want to cook for my family. One, it helps me have a healthy meal, it helps me be healthy. It helps me as I just work on being healthy and work on health, right? And then the other thing is, I logged in today after being gone for a week, and I get a message, bloop, pops up. It's like out processing. You have 129 days until your retirement. So I'm at 129 days, y'all. I'm excited. And as I was going through my mail, I was just going through things. So first thing I received, I know in the last Ask Me Anything, someone had said they wanted to hear more about the retirement. So I'm in the last 129 days. I received a message from finance that they have everything they need to do my financial out processing, which surprised me because I didn't think we were already going to be there. Hey Bert, I didn't think we were already going to be where they could do the financial out processing. Then the next one is, I saw my family financial advisor, and we were able to talk about quite a few things, from entrepreneurship to life insurance, to life after the Air Force, all that stuff. And we're on our way to have a few things set up. I have to give Dawn a shout out for that, a divinity goddess, because she kept sending me those messages like, "Kim, you need to get this done." And so I'm getting it done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we're looking at life insurance, buying a house, all that kind of stuff to get ready for this next chapter. And then I really want to take a year off, y'all. I want to take a year off, and I'm trying to do everything that I can to make sure I can take a year off. So that's part of all of my gratitude. And then another piece of my gratitude, I believe you have to be in gratitude for your social circle. And so this week, there are some ladies who I'm so proud of. I would be missing someone if I only name a few, but Sam and Amanda and Jeba and Amari, I'm proud of all these ladies. Well, there were a few online. Angela. Anyway, I'm gonna miss someone, which is why I didn't want to name names. But Sam and Amanda said, well, what can we do about Women's History Month now that we cannot celebrate in uniform? And they took that to, let's host an event, let's do this thing. And so of course I had to be there, right? And be there in person for that. And it really was some great self-care. I left with like a whole bag of stuff that I didn't mean to leave with. But I left with a whole bag of stuff, which felt really, really good. And I just loved, they took their, what are we going to do? And they did action, right? In our bond, we talk about to get out of the, oh, what am I going to do? Or how you need to get into action. And so they got into action on that thing. So me talking about getting into action and talking about our bond. I have to talk about some of my, I've lost my book. I have to talk about a few of my favorite things. So I'm going to talk about inner calm really quick. One of my sister chiefs asked me about this. I'm not going to say her name, but she asked me about this product today. And when she asked me, it made me stop and go, oh, I do like this product. Well, I have it, but I like this product as well. So this is Inner Calm. It's an adaptogenic de-stress powder. And this one is in pink lemonade flavor. And she was just trying to figure out how much water, basically she wanted to make some iced tea. How much water and ice does she put to make this stress complex work? And I haven't tried it the way that she wants to have it. I'm gonna have to try it. But what I do is I put this in my strawberry shake. So I have a strawberry shake, put the stress powder in it, and I have this either at work during lunch or I have it on my ride home. So I'm trying to be nice and calm in traffic. But this has ashwagandha, it has saffron, it has other key elements that promote relaxation. There's also like a chamomile tea, it can go in there as well. So that's a really good one. But that's what this is, Inner Calm. It's one of the not Inner Calm because I am a little country, but Inner Calm. It's one of the favorite ones. So that's that one. And then of course, I'm having my detox tea, and this is my Armed Services Arts Partnership Cup. I am in another one of their courses. So I've talked to many of my veteran friends. If you're trying to get into the arts and you don't know where to start, the Armed Services Arts Partnership is a great place to start. You can tell them I sent you, but I'm having detox tea. And for those who want to have your detox tea at night and you like your fizz, there's caffeine-free fizz, right? I love it. So there's B vitamins. So this one is caffeine-free. So it has B vitamins and ginseng. The other one has caffeine from green tea. So that's the difference there. So that's what I'm having tonight. And then as far as, I gotta talk about the makeup, right? I gotta talk about the makeup. So this is the end of the day and I still have the makeup on. I still love the way I look. It's still natural. And so Trisha, who I always have to give a shout out to, she sent me a video of someone else with brown skin who was putting two of the colors together. As in, they put this color, they put the two colors together. And I tried that today and I loved it. I was like, okay, it was the right amount of light and the right amount of dark. So I'm going to be using these together. I had a video before where I used them together, not the same, but when I actually like dot, 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 and then dot, 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 and then blended it, it was really great. I love this. And so as a reminder, if you get these two right now, you know, we're in the last week of March, you also get mascara for free, right? So I have to get those out there first. My own sponsors are from within, right? I got my favorite lip gloss, of course. And then tonight I'm actually wearing, which I don't think I've talked about these before, but I'm wearing Hazel lip gloss. This is also by Arbonne. It's a real natural color. So you all know that I love natural colors. So like I said, it's a real natural. You get to see it on me. It's a really natural. I like natural. So it's really, really natural. And then later on this week, I'm going to have a Zoom. So let me know if you want to be on the Zoom. I'm going to have a Zoom to talk about 7 to 30. So 7 would be the 7-day fresh start. I've had a friend ask me about this. And so the 7-day fresh start kit comes with your 7-day supply of a special kind of protein that is good for cleansing. So the gold renewal protein. It has a 7-day probiotic. So you take one a day, and then it has the morning matcha. We love green tea over here, okay? The morning matcha, it has 14 of those, so you can do 2 a day. You can do the morning matcha during your fasting window. This is the 7-day fresh start is fasting for 7 days. With the supports in there, and then the 30 days to healthy living is the 30 days to healthy living to help you jumpstart that healthy lifestyle, whether it be to lose weight, or you may not want to lose weight. Maybe you want to get more protein, or maybe you don't even want to do that, but what you want is to transition into a more plant-based or vegan or vegetarian lifestyle, or you want to work on kidney and liver health. Whatever the thing is that you want to work on, the 30 days to healthy living can help you get there. So like I said, I'm going to have an info session this week. So if you're interested, let me know. Okay, I want to say, were those the big, I think those were my big ones. I had written down all the things. All right, so now I want to get into this week, okay? So I'm going to do a little bit of reading, like just reading out of a book for y'all as well, because I just feel like reading to y'all. But let's talk about this week. And so we're going to talk about each day. The way I do the weeks, I do the week Sunday to Saturday. So I am going to talk really quickly about yesterday being Sunday. So yesterday being Sunday was the 23rd of March. And so when you're doing the month, all right, so let me go back. So as a reminder, the month of March is a 3. 2025, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 is a 9. So 3 plus 9 is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3, right? So the month is a 3. That's a month of creativity, creative projects. It's also a month of communication. And I have to give the flip side. It is a month where you need to be secure in yourself, secure in who you are, secure in what you're doing. Those things will greatly help you as you're going forward. So yesterday was 3, 2, 3. And like I said, we've already done that part, so you all know that what a 3 is. But the fact that it's a 3, 2, 3. So if I was saying that in a sentence, because that's how I see numbers, I would say creativity, communication, self-expression. Then you doing that, then there's some balance. Even that could have even been yesterday, which was for me a day where it would have been good for you to, yes, have that creative self-expression, but then that too is peaceful reception. So you would sit back and listen to what people have to say. You would take it in, and then it would come back out as a 3, either as self-expression or as creativity. It could even be something that's going to help them. So that's a 3, 2, 3. That was yesterday. And so the 3, 2, 3 itself, it comes down to an 8. And what's interesting is I was talking to an 8 that day. She knows who she is. I was talking to an 8 that day. We're talking about all the power that can come in an 8. 8s can see every side of everything. Imagine the top and the bottom of an 8 is that double window, right? You can see all sides of the problem. So when you have an 8, some things that are good to do that day are organization. So yesterday would have been a good day to organize. Sign contracts, get more stocks, get your money right. Have directors meetings, business, executive ability shines, and cooperate with others. So those are some big ones for yesterday that are in the regular day. I'm not going to go deep into the Astros because I got some other stuff that I want to talk about this week. All right, so then today's the 24th, and so there's actually a few numbers I'm going to bring up today. Today's the 24th, which is a 6. That's important because then we look at the line again. You can do 3, 2, 4. Or 3, 6, 9. Today's a 3, 6, 9. Why is that important? 3, 6, 9 is the creation triad. The creation triad is all those things. So that 3 is, like I already said, that self, as in I keep wanting to say self-awareness, but you have to be self-aware if you are communicating, hopefully, right? So that self-awareness, but you're communicating, you're creative, all that kind of good stuff. The 6 is all about taking care of others. 6 is the domesticity number. It's also taking care of home. Hey, Uncle Jamie, it's also taking care of home. It's all that kind of stuff, right? So that is the 6. And then a 9 is all about, it's a humanitarian number. It takes care of others. It's also completions. It's also endings. And with 9s, we're in a 9 now. 9s are also, if you have a hard time letting go of things, 9s make you let go of things, right? Those are some things you have to let go of. So like I said, today is the 24th. So 369 on the number line if you look at it that way, or just 3 plus 2 plus 4 as well. Both will come out to a 9. One will come out to it through an 18. The other one will come out through a 9. So 9 days are good for goodwill, as in taking care of people. Speechcraft. So we already talked about 3 being that creative communication. You put all that together with a 9, now you're thinking about who am I going to talk to? What am I going to talk to them about? In fact, it's another time for me to talk about the Armed Services Arts Partnership. I registered for a class and was accepted. And to me, I'm calling it like part 2 of a playwriting class. But this is a playwriting class that has a stage and all these other things. So that's what I'll be doing this quarter when it comes to working with Armed Services Arts Partnership. So when I'm thinking about Speechcraft, I'm thinking about where am I going to do it? You know, what purpose, all that kind of stuff. You can think about those things too. A good day for national advertising, a good day for selflessness, tolerance, brotherly love, achievement, and business is great, personal or virtual or anyway. Today's a good day for business overall. Okay, so tomorrow's the 25th. The 25th of March. So 3 plus 2 plus 5. Or 3 plus 2, or we can go right across. Anyway, it's a 1. So if today's a 9, in numerology, the numerology goes between 1 and 9. And then it starts over again. So tomorrow will be a 1. That's a day of aggression, action, determination. Change by doing something new. Sell yourself, sell your idea in a good way, okay? So all that kind of good stuff. There's something that I wrote about tomorrow, because tomorrow we have Mercury cooperating with Pluto, which is communication cooperating with death, birth, rebirth, transformation. It is in retrograde, so that just means, you know, renew, review, rework, takes a minute before you do that, but there's some transformation when it comes to some things going on tomorrow. It could be transformation of communication. It could be a few different things. In fact, I would have to look at the house to really tell you what that's in. All right, so the next day is the 26th. So now we're looking at Wednesday, the 26th. And so you can go 3 plus 2 plus 6, like we said, the month, right? Or you can go across the number line. When you go 3 plus 2 plus 6, it's an 11. 11 is a highly spiritual number. And I didn't say this earlier, 11 is going to be one of our numbers of the week, but mostly through 29. This one is not our 2911. This is just 11. This one is also a 20, right? This is a 20, which is a 2. All of those are in those who are into triads of things, but the 20, the 2, the 11, those all go together. But the 11 is a master number, double initiations, double ones. It's like I said, it's a spiritual number. So a day of promotion, limelight, inspiration, and vision. Be inspired. Allow yourself to be inspired. It's 2 plus leadership. So what does that mean? It's cooperation. It's that quiet collector. It's diplomacy and tact, but with leadership, right? It could be a day where there are deaths. This is an old book, but I still like to read it. And then a good day for engineering, television, aviation, electricity, anything that's going fast through the air. It's a good day for that. And it's a highly spiritual day. On that day, the moon also moves into Pisces. I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about Pisces because there's quite a few things going on with Pisces, and we'll talk about the numbers. I'm going to come back to talk about those things. Okay, so now we're on the 27th, right? So the 27th, so the 27 is a 9. That is our other number. Other number this week is 9. So the 27 itself is a 9. And so that day, if we did the kind of like we did with the 24th, if we do the 27 and we do 2025, then we're looking 399, right? So that's communication, self-awareness, however it comes out of you, expression, self-expression, right? But then it's double endings, completions, culminations, celebrations, right? So it's double of those things. There could be and that's actually a pretty active day. That day, I'll come back to that. But as far as the number that day, that it comes out to a 3, which is the same thing as the month, right? So self-expression, you can be sociable that day, enjoy being with people, good day to entertain. I instantly just tasted beer, and maybe it's a good day to be with friends who are drinking responsibly. It could be activity and nervous energy that day. All right, so like I said, that's a 399. That's in the creation triad. You have 3 creation triad numbers this week. So this would be a highly creative week in whatever way that means for you. For some people, that's painting or poetry. For others, it just means they're coming up with ideas that they're gonna see in the future, right? You're dreaming the world that you want to see. So the next day after that is the 28th. The 28th is a 22 day, which I love those. It's a 22 day. And you get that through 3 plus 2 plus 8 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5. You go across, that's a 22. So 22 is the master architect of peace, or the master builder number. You're building through being organized. You're also taking in all that information, then you're organizing it to figure out how are you going to build things, how are you going to build things up. So it's a good day for internationalism, politics, government work, international projects, national projects. That's a 22. International improvements. Now the 4, so it's a 22 is a 4, but to a greater effect. So of course, what's a 4? 4 is hard work, routine, thrift, detail. You get a lot of things done. Steady markets, steady work will get you there. That's a 4, that's that 4 energy. And then 22 is what you're actually building after doing and while you're doing that steady work. All right, I'm gonna come back for the Astros with that one. Now the 29th is also a big day. We have an eclipse that day, a new moon. We have a new moon in Aries, so this is pretty much those who believe Aries is the beginning of the year. This would be the first new moon of the astrological calendar year, right? So, and it's a 29. Like I said, 29 is one of our numbers this week, so 2911, and I'm going to go over that in one of my other books. I'll probably go over that next. So the 2911, it's a new moon eclipse, and so that day we have the 2911, but then that day is also a 14-5, which I just picked up something. 14 is the media number. It is communication through any medium. It's enthusiasm, it's change, it's freedom, it's all that kind of stuff. So in fact, it's everything I just said. Sales, speculate, be active. That's what you do, because it is that 5 energy in there. But like I said, the day of the month number there is the 29, and it's one of our big numbers of the week, and I'll go back to that. And then the 30th, this week I am going to talk about the 30th, even though we already talked about the 23rd, which is last Sunday. So we'll talk Sunday to Sunday. This 30th is a few different numbers. I'm excited about the different numbers that I see that day. So if I'm just doing the 3 plus 30, it's a 330. So once again, creativity. Double 33 is the master teacher number. It is if you believe in ascendant masters, it's the ascendant master number. It's all that kind of stuff. So that's a 330. Hey, Alicia, that's 330. The 0 is divine protection, as in you're protected in all the things that you do. I always say that 0 is, when I grew up, it was Psalms 91 protection. So that 0 is Psalms 91 protection. But it's also a 339, right? So that this is our 3rd creative day this week. This is a highly creative week if you want it to be creative. And then I'm going to talk about some other areas where you can tap into some of that creativity. So a 339 is the master teacher number plus combinations, completions, all that kind of good stuff. But that number itself is a 6. So even in the 369 days, those 369 days always equal a 3 or a 6 or a 9, which if you're a numbers nerd, you love all that kind of stuff, 369, let's do it all the time. Okay, so that number is a 6. Domesticity, eat at home. So it's Sunday, it's a good day to cook dinner for your family. Avoid arguments. Health and education, a good day to sign a new lease. I have a friend who is looking at houses right now. That's a good day to sign for a house, sign for a new lease. We can talk about that if you want to go deeper into that, but that's a good day for that based on the number of the week. Okay, so like I said, our big numbers this week are the 29 and the 9. I could go 2911, but we're going to end up having 29 repeated. So I'm going to actually start with reading more about the 29. So I have Tania Gabrielle's book, The Ultimate Guide to Numerology, and I'm going to start with 29 then I'm going to come back to this is where we're seeing the 29. So 29 is highly intuitive. Here to develop undeniable faith in your gifts and trust in the goodness of your own soul. Total faith in your divine origin creates a natural optimism about your life. 29 reduces to the master number 11, which you vibrate to as well. You take your life and role seriously. When you honor yourself as an individualist, a creator of original ideas and visions, your vitality and trust in the goodness of everything creates miraculous healing. You have high standards that never waver, thus you can demand much of yourself. At your highest expression, you are a leader and teacher of wisdom. So like I said, I'm going to tell you where all the places where you're going to see 29 this week. Now, some things to think about on the flip side of the 29, out of balance, hungry, hangry, all that kind of stuff, can be fearful and uncertain, resulting in division and indecision running through your life. You may attract unreliable friends, trust too easily, or get anxious around others. Your anxiety can lead to a frozen feeling and stubbornness. So now, where are we seeing the 29? So I'm going to walk through a few of the things that are going on, which are going to lead me to this book, and then I'm going to come back for the 9. Okay, so for those who want to know ahead of time when we're going to talk about astrology, this is about to be the astrology part. So those who are into that or not into it, either way, I'm going to mix it with the numerology as well. Okay, so the first time I see I'm going to call it the Pisces changeover, is starting Wednesday. On Wednesday, we have the moon in Pisces. I love to go to my mentor, Kelly Beard, and I keep her stuff in my book. And so she does really good stuff when it comes to what to use the moon for. So moon in Pisces, it's a good time it's a good time to be aware of secrets, limitations, restrictions, fantasies, dreams. So when it comes to fantasies and dreams, I think of those as ways to create, right? So like I said, this is a creative week. So I would say, using some of that energy, pay attention to your fantasies. Pay attention to your dreams. If you like fantasy novels during this time, okay, read them, enjoy them. It's a good time to fall into a little fantasy. Vision. It's a good time to have vision about your future. That's so today when I was talking to my financial planner, she asked me what was my vision for our talk today, but also what is my vision for my military retirement, which kind of made me pause. But what is my vision for my at 129 days, which is at 29 again? What is my vision for my retirement? That's very important for me to know, right? Creative visualization. I think about my friend Erica. She has this wonderful creative visualization, and she can walk you through it. I can't remember. I think she calls it visioneering. I can't remember what she calls it. But it is literally doing the creative visualization of your life or whatever's going on ahead of you. We did one before the assignment I'm in now that I'm retiring from, all about education. And so now I'm still, it's not all the way fulfilled, but what does education look like, and leading people in the realm of education in the future look like? Not just look like, what does it feel like? Anyone who talks to me, you know that I will say, what does that thing you think you want feel like? Don't just imagine what it looks like, because once you get there, you're gonna be like, oh, this doesn't feel the way I thought it would feel. This is not fulfilling, or this is not filling the blank of that thing, right? And you want it to feel right. Okay, so mysticism, psychic ability, surrender and trust, let go and let God. Dissolving boundaries, understanding, tolerance, compassion, bliss, ecstasy, universal love, sensitivity to surrounding energies, meditation. A good day and time to meditate is starting Wednesday. That's a good date and time. So like I said, this is Moon Phases by the Kelly Beard. She is my mentor. So if you want to know about that. So we're going to see, that's going to happen on the 26th. 3:31. Oh, 3:31. Okay. 3:31 p.m. on the 26th on East Coast time. So you can look at that for whatever time that is where you are. Okay. Now, on the 27th, we have Venus, which is love, harmony, relationships, in retrograde, which is review, renew, relook, reschedule. All right. Also moving into Pisces. So things that I said about Pisces earlier still apply. So now I'm going to go to our book by April Kent. And I like her book. She has some pretty witty things that she likes to talk about. when it comes to the different signs. So Venus in Pisces. And like I said, Venus is in retrograde right now in Pisces. And so this may look a lot like I said, review, renew, rebook, all that kind of stuff in the area of relationships. Venus in Pisces finds the newest fads, trends, and toys nearly irresistible. So if you need to save money, freeze your credit card in a block of ice for a few weeks. Instead, focus on enjoying the here and the now. That's what I use numerology for. I use numerology to enjoy the here and now. Let the people in your life know how much you care about them. So Pisces is a good time to let people know you care about them. Now, Venus is in retrograde, so make sure you're thinking real hard about who this person is that you tell them, who you care about. And what we mean by that is, if you shouldn't talk to that ex or whoever that is from the past, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying the people in your life that are the here and now, and you need to tell them you love them and appreciate them. Go ahead and tell them you love them and appreciate them. Make music or catch a movie with friends. I had me and my friends went to a cabin in the woods this weekend, which was a little scary, but it was actually ended up being refreshing. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We did not watch a movie, but we talked a lot, which was like watching a movie. Pisces is one of the few signs for whom the best things in life are free. The best things in life are free. What's free in your life right now that you could practice some gratitude for? That's part of the best things in your life, right? The best things in life. I feel like there's a song about that. The best things in your life are free. Okay, so then we get our first 29, and that's gonna be Venus conjunct. So Venus connected to Neptune. Neptune is dreams and all other stuff that we just talked about with Pisces in Pisces, right? So love, Pisces, all that kind of energy. And so let's talk very quickly about what that might look like. Something appealing or desirable may briefly capture your attention on Wednesday and make you think you're in love, or perhaps a piece of art or music captures your imagination. I tell you, allow, right? Allow. Now, with the retrograde, I would tell you maybe allow the art and the imagination, unless you're already in a committed relationship of whatever type. If it is love, then okay. If it is in love, that's not my talent. That's not my talent, y'all. All right, so like I said, that's at 29. So I talked about the number 29, and just in case you guys need to remember that one, 29 does feel the need to be responsible for quite a few things, but faith in your origins creates natural optimism about your life. These are optimistic things. I'm not giving you anything that's negative. Okay, so then after that, the next one that I want to call our attention to, we're not going to talk about the eclipse yet. We're going to talk about then Mercury moves into Pisces. Mercury is communication. I just talked about Pisces. Pisces being the dream, creative visualization, imagination, all that kind of good stuff. So let me tell you what April Elliott says about that. Like I said, I like her. She has some witty banter when she talks about the archetypes of everyone working together. So Mercury in Pisces is sensitive, compassionate, imaginative, right? Now is the time to catch up on all the delicate talks you've been putting off. So imagine you have Mercury, and you have Mercury retrograde, and you have Venus in retrograde, both in Pisces. Both are like, let's have a conversation with people that we've missed, right? Let's have that conversation, right? So that's also happening. So now's the time to catch up on all the delicate talks you've put off, the sleep you've missed. Hey, it's a good time for naps, okay? And your art projects, music and poetry. This is going to be a big week, especially toward the end. Art, music, poetry. If you're going to a concert, go. If you're going to be with people you're going to enjoy them. If you need to write that letter, write it. Do it, okay? If you've been thinking about it, do it. Pisces is a challenging sign for Mercury because Mercury is logical. So if you are that analysis paralysis overthinker, you're going to have to relax this week. You're going to really have to relax this week and just enjoy the dream, okay? Enjoy it. Pisces is intuitive, guided by dreams, visions, and illusions. So write those things down. Hey, Jen, write those things down. Write down your dreams, your visions, your illusions, right? It's not a trap. Write it down. On the plus side, if you want to express an idea poetically or need to handle sensitive matters and conversations, this is the transit for you. So you have two things. You have Mercury in Pisces and Venus in Pisces toward the end of the week that are saying, go have that conversation. It doesn't even have to be a hard conversation. Go have that conversation with that person that you love. You are being highly supported to do so. All right, so you're going to have that happen. And then right after that, then you're going to have Mercury's going to hang out with Neptune for a minute and just kind of mix it up and be like, what are we talking about? And so what will that look like? And like I said, I love her book because her book is with, oh, you had a long nap out the blue. Yep, see, that's that Neptune. Neptune's like, take a nap, girl. Relax, put your feet up, dream. Did you write your dreams down? Okay, yeah, write them dreams down. Okay, I love it. Before I even get to it, and y'all know I'm a little dramatic. But anyway, all right. What if you could read people's minds? It's a common fantasy, often cited when people are asked what superpowers they would love to possess. Okay, how many of y'all have been asked that? What superpower would you love to possess? I never say I want to read anyone's mind, because to me that's going to be too loud. If I had a superpower, I think I told someone I'd be jumping over all the buildings or something. I would do something to get through the commute. And it wouldn't be in a car, okay? I remember that was really my answer. I do like super jumping speed or something. I'm there. Like the Hulk in that one movie where he jumped and he was in some rainforest. Okay, I watched too many fantasy films. Okay. So anyway, Mercury and Neptune. You can't actually read people's minds during this transit, but you are far more intuitive than usual and perceptive to non-verbal cues. This is an excellent transit for putting your dreams and intuitions into a form that others can appreciate, especially through music, photography, painting, or dance. I hope my cousin's listening to this. My cousin Portia, she is a wonderful artist when it comes to photography. I know before she had said that she wasn't feeling very creative right now, so I'm hoping this week she's feeling creative. I'll have to send her a note. But once again, very much being supported to be creative in all those things. So like I said, you have that. And then at the end of the week, Neptune goes into Aries, and that's a whole different change of the temperature, okay? We're not going to go there. We're just going to keep wherever we're going to keep with the dream. So if you're having, if you're falling asleep, having dreams, and you feel like you need to write them down, you need to write all of them down probably through this Sunday coming up. Like, this is a good week to dream the dream. Do creative visualization. If you need to contact my friend Erica to do a creative visualization with her, do it with her. If you are doing vision boards this week, just out of the blue, you're like, I feel like doing a vision board. Do the vision board, but then make sure you're either writing or you're saying, what do you want the vision to feel like when it makes itself plain, right? We say that, write the vision, make it plain. So when you write the vision, make it plain, you need to write, what will it feel like? How does it feel? All that kind of good stuff. So this is a good week for that. So right before Neptune goes into Aries and starts its way around the clock all over again, which takes a very long time for Neptune, we have the eclipse. Ooh. Okay, we have the eclipse. I'm not gonna go deep into it. Maybe I'll come back on a different day and go deeper into that. But that's where we get our number 9 from. So like I said, oh, you're welcome, Jed. That's where we get our 9 from. Because what we have is the moon. So let me go back. A new moon means that the moon and the sun are in the same sign. A full moon means that the moon and the sun are in opposite signs, looking at each other. So when the sun and the moon are together, it's dark. When they're apart and the moon is reflecting the sun, you see a full moon, okay? That's what's happening in the sky. So we have a new moon, everyone's together, and we have it in Aries, the first sign of the zodiac, or for those who are like, that's the beginning of the year, Happy New Year, all that kind of stuff. This is the first new moon of the zodiac calendar, right? So new moon in Aries at 9 degrees. So that's going to be the second number where I said we have 2 numbers of the week, 29 and 9. And so let's talk about 9. And as we talk about 9, this one I'll say more things about, but as we talk about 9, let's remember that 2025 is a 9. So as a year, this year, we're dealing with lots of culminations, completions, endings, and a lot of us are feeling them. But 9 is also the humanitarian number. Like the high side of 9 is also the humanitarian number, taking care of others, brotherly love. Those are also part of the 9, right? So don't get stuck in, oh, all these things are ending. What's on the other side, right? And some of us have to figure out how are we going to get there. So this new moon, and it's in Aries, very direct energy. It's at 9 degrees. So here, and for this one, we're going to hear from Tania Gabrielle. This is who I'm certified through. I'm certified through her academy. All right, number 9. Number 9 is the number of transformation. Something needs to end to begin again. Thus, 9 can regenerate itself over and over and exhibits a great determination. This number symbolizes evolution and an enhancement of psychic abilities and clairvoyance. You'll see shortly how the regeneration quality of the number 9 is confirmed in mathematics. And if you all haven't seen, I can't remember what it's called. I could see it, but they show the number 9 and then they show it repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. So if you're a numbers nerd, you already know how the 9 can repeat itself over and over again. So it's the king of numbers and will reign forever. Now, if you're a 9 person, I'm not. I'm a 2911. That 9 is in there somewhere, but I'm not a 9 person. So a 9 person is warm, outgoing, and loving. Oh, if you want to know your number, you can talk to me. I can help you find out what your number is. Or numbers. You actually have more than one. A 9 person is warm, outgoing, and loving with a dramatic flair, exuding a magnetic personality that allows him or her to get along with pretty much anyone. 9s are compassionate, romantic, filled with unconditional love, kind, empathetic, patient, tolerant, and wise. You as a 9, if you're a 9 or we're having that 9 energy, an inspirational, compassionate humanitarian with great idealism and strong willpower. So before we have this eclipse, we're having all this Neptune dream energy. So if we could dream the world that we want to see, so this goes back to inspirational, compassionate, humanitarian, idealism, and willpower, what would that look like? This is a good week to dream your world. What would it look like? To write it down. What does it feel like? Because in this eclipse is saying, let's do it, right? It's a new moon. A new moon is all about new things, right? We doing a new thing. Okay, so let me go back to my Kelly Beard, my favorite person. She knows it. She's one of my favorite people. And so Moon in Aries is all about independence, assertiveness, energy, courage of your convictions, overcoming fear of new beginnings, So like we said, it's at a 9. So 9 is something must end for something to begin again. And for that to happen, you need to allow it to happen. Allow, right? Self, appearance, and body, because it's Aries governs the first house. The first house is self, appearance, and body. It's innocence, boldness, authenticity, self-discovery. What are you discovering about yourself this time when the moon and the sun? So the sun is ego, character, and the moon that's your emotions. So when they're together, what are you discovering about yourself? It's a good time to ask yourself those questions, to dream about it, to figure out what you're doing there. It's a good time for self-direction, self-reliance, self-sufficiency, desire, initiating. It's a natural initiation. It's a new moon already, which is an initiation. It's also an eclipse, which is endings. And then with the 9, definitely there's endings with this one. It's high energy, it's sex, it's taking action, it's survival instincts, it's taking risk, eagerness, leadership, strength, vigilance, temper, and passion, right? So there's a lot with this one, and there's a lot with it being a 9 and it being a new moon, which is endings and beginnings, right? A lot of endings and beginnings. Okay, let's see more things about a 9. 9s represent leading by example. Nines are naturally direct and expect the same from others. Nines are really good at doing things and letting things go, not in a bad way. Let's see. I'm actually going to go to some of the shadow expressions because I want you all to be on the high side of that, right? So when you're energetically out of alignment, and I always say when you're out of alignment, you might be hungry, hangry, tired, any of those things. You can hold on to resentment. Nines are about letting go. So any holding on is no good for a nine. So when it comes to this moon is telling you need to start over again, whatever that start over again thing is. So yeah, holding on to resentments or memories, not letting them go. So let them go. Let that, whatever it is, go. You become resentful of life and can shut down emotionally. Guard against being arrogant, tyrannical, or dishonest. An abdication of leadership can result in you closing your mind to wisdom. And it could be a leadership of your life. Are you leading your life? Are you letting someone else lead your life? Have you given up responsibility of your life to someone else or something else? Are you in control, right? So that's a good one for this one too. You could be drifting through life aimlessly, dissipating your gifts. Frustration is a sign that you must reconnect with your heart and surrender to love. So if you're frustrated, like I said, this week is a good week to just dream the world that you want to see. Write down the things that you're dreaming and just kind of figure those things out. Guard against focusing on limitations. Like I said, it's a week to dream. Before we get to this eclipse, you have plenty of time to dream the world that you want. Don't get hung up on limitations. Don't let that stop you. Keep going. This will push you to want to control others, including yourself and your life, since you're not healing your own sense of lack within you first. It's a good time to ask why. Why am I doing these things? Am I doing these things because of lack? Am I doing these things because of insecurity? Do I fear that I'm not going to have enough? And then stop and be like, no, I am abundant. I'm an abundant creature. I have all that I need. I have all that I need plus some, right? Rather than feeling the need to control, shift your focus onto creating, which is part of a 9. This is a creation week. 3, 6, 9 are the triad numbers, right? We have those all week. So this is the number to create. So create beauty, love, excellence. Your role is to exude joy of living a life to your highest potential. Imagine what that would look like and what it feels like. When you focus on what is for your highest good, your emotional touchiness will naturally disappear. You'll see it melt. Look, I've seen some things melt off me over the last couple of months because I just let some stuff go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. When out of alignment, you can be stubborn, reacting with aggressive action, and creating conflict as a result. Though your temper can rise to a quick boil, you quickly move on. Ready to forgive and forget, because 9s are all about love, taking care of others, and really love. Your natural inclination is to be direct and can turn into frankness, which could be too confrontational or aggressive. Speaking your mind without caring about how this might affect the other person results in consequences that are not healing or beneficial. So this one goes back to, remember, if you're a 9, that 9 energy, yes, it's about endings, but it's also, there's healing, kind of like the phoenix. That fire, right? You have that, but then at the end, you're this healed whole creature. Refrain from reacting instantaneously, especially when the result is abiding in nature. Deep down, you have a fear of rejection, which is in the 3, 6, 9 triad overall, which is why, so those that are I'm naturally in the 3, 6, 9 triad. My birthday's a 30, so I'm a 3. And that fear of rejection can be the thing that keeps your art, your creative babies from coming to the world. So once you overcome that fear of rejection, you will not lack confidence. You will have the confidence to do the great things that you have to do. Then reassurance that you are appreciated, understood, respected, and loved. Also something you need and crave. So if you know that that's who you are, make sure your loved ones know that too. Go ahead and let them know. And then the affirmation for a 9, and I'm going to say the affirmation for this new moon, because this new moon is at 9 degrees. And I've said before, for those who are super into astrology and numerology, I do the numerology of the numbers, not the decans or the decanates. So this is the numerology of the number. So which is the 9. So the affirmation for the number 9, when we're looking at the 9 of this new moon, and what I'm going to end with this affirmation. And like I said, envision the world you want to see. Be creative. Imagine the world, and then imagine what it feels like to be there, to lead it, to do that thing you're supposed to do. And then the affirmation as I get ready to close. I serve others with love and wisdom. I stay true to my heart, leading always with love and for the highest good of all. All right, y'all, I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful week. Remember, if you want to come on with me on Wednesday, I'm going to talk about the 7-day, and I'm going to talk about the 30 days. We're going to talk about getting healthy, being healthy. If you want to know more about astro-numerology from an astro-numerologist, let me know. We can schedule some time to go over your numbers and to get you some clarity. I'm a clarity dealer, and very shortly I will be coming out with all my web pages and all that kind of stuff to talk about being a clarity dealer, which is what I do. And so I want to say I love you. I hope that you all have a wonderful week on purpose, and let me know if you need anything. Have a good one. Bye.